Holla money. Hello out there in podcast land.
You in this damn intro, I swear to fucking God.
Yeah, I'm over here with my monkeys and I'm the zookeeper.
Sure, he's treating us.
Shut your mouth, bitch.
Where's Peter when we need him?
Today we're going to be talking about Marvel Part 2 and all the DC.
We're going to talk about Marvel Part 2. What the fuck is that?
Alright, so we're talking about DC / Marvel future, past, and present of the film industry. I guess to kick things off, we should start talking about the new Age of Ultron trailer that just released. Adrian, I know you brought it up, so is there anything you would like to say about that?
Yeah, I guess before everybody begins to tear it down, I just wanted to say that this trailer was a little exciting to me when I saw it in theaters. Maybe it's different because I saw it in theaters, but and I was on my way to see an awful movie, so I was just thirsty for any kind of quality. But I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see the movie. So I thought the part with Ultron, calling out the little goons when Thor had asked him if that was all he had, I thought that was kind of cool. And, I see how they're setting up for Civil War, so there's a lot to cover in this movie, as well as a mid-movie credit scene.
Okay, what is that?
Yeah, how do
you do that?
Apparently, what I read online today, for those that you don't know, they're not going to do an end-credit scene. They're going to do a mid-credit scene. I don't know how they're going to do this. Ty said that, they're going to stop the movie and do the scene. Yeah, do like an intermission and then.
The fuck? This ain't the 1920s?
This ain't Gone with the Wind.
All right, moving
This ain't Gone with the Wind.
We're going to take a quick intermission.
Sorry, guys.
Yo, get that old butter popcorn. Get you some pop.
Almost
Stokes,
y'all.
y'all.
This cutscene, pal.
It's almost Stokes, y'all. It's almost Stokes, y'all.
But really, how do you?
Is
I
this
don't
movie
know how
your
you gonna do
consensus?
that? Like, how do you just like in mid conversation in the scene, it's gonna go black and they just go do it. That's gonna be random as hell. Like, I'm like, what the hell?
I'm hoping that, like Tobias said, they work it into the movie. Like, I'm hoping that
That's the only way.
it's like a cameo of something. I mean, that's what I hope is.
Maybe they're watching it on TV or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Or somebody gets a phone call and they're just like, "Hey, it's what's the name of the next
Oh,
movie?"
maybe it's the inclusion of Vision, because they showed him at the end of that trailer, which was they just showed his eyes opening, and that wasn't exciting at all. 'Cause I was just it left you wondering like, who is that? And I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there like,
Don't know
who is that?
Yeah,
Like,
Well, for all the Marvel fans listening that may not know who that is, why don't you explain?
well, Vision, from what I know, is just artificial intelligence. Was he created by Iron Man or?
Shit, I don't know. I don't give a fuck about that
I
character.
really don't know. That's as far as I know. He's artificial intelligence
think he
that
was,
has a
created
relationship with Scarlet Witch. But as far as his who created him, I'm not sure.
What
Yeah.
I read was Vision was created by Ultron as a better thing.
No, we're talking about comic books, or we're talking about
comic books. So I don't know how the movie's gonna tie into it. In comic books, he is created by Ultron as a better they cannot kill him. They cannot kill him because that's his every time they kill him, he comes out better.
Well,
and Vision is the better.
Isn't that how Ultron is?
Well, but Vision is the better one.
Well, Vision, according Vision is an android and a member of the Avengers. So
who creates him.
Yeah, that's what
well, he'll be portrayed by Paul Bettany in 2015. Of course, the Avengers: Age of Ultron.
But who made him?
That's the dude that voiced Jarvis in all the Iron Man films.
Yeah.
Fact, he's never seen any of the Iron Man films.
It was created by Stan Lee, Roy
Paul
Thomas.
Bettany has it?
Yeah, he's voiced Jarvis in all the Iron Man films and never seen any of them. That blows my mind. But
That should tell you something about that damn franchise.
yeah, but anyway, what'd you say? Paul Bettany is
Paul Bettany is
portraying. But what is his origin like? The comic book. What is his origin like? Who creates him?
well, and
Like I said, I know he has a relationship with Scarlet Witch, but I don't know anything past that.
it's kind of vague.
Well, anyway,
We'll get more info.
yeah,
on that.
I'm
Yeah, just
guessing
keep
that
looking
that's
for it.
that's my guess. That's going to be the mid-credit scene, unless they're going to tie in maybe Thanos, because he's supposed to be in Infinity War 1 and 2. So I don't know what this credit scene could be.
It's funny that you brought up Scarlet Witch because I completely forgot that her and Quicksilver is supposed to be in this movie. I didn't see them in the trailer. They weren't in there.
The trailer.
They were in the trailer.
Yeah, Vision was
Captain America.
I'm sorry, not.
Quicksilver ran up and punched Captain America. He punched the shit out of him.
Ultron was talking. He was doing his dialogue to them, talking about hope and all that. He was doing it to them.
You remember when he said we can tear them apart? He was talking about him and Scarlet Witch.
Right, quick, y'all. It says not long after joining the team, the Vision is in temporary control by Ultron and rebuilds Ultron of adamantium, battling the Avengers before he regained control of himself.
Adamantium?
Yeah.
Adamantium.
So shortly after that, the Vision meets the mutant Scarlet Witch, with whom he later becomes.
She's not a mutant in this movie.
She's
not a mutant in this movie.
Yeah,
but for those that don't
binds.
know, what he just said, she's not a mutant. She's just a being with powers. Because mutant is a phrase that X-Men use, and Fox owns. It's Fox, right? That owns the rights. Yeah.
So
Same
that's
with Quicksilver.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we all know that Quicksilver is the son of
Magneto, and Scarlet Witch. That's his sister.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
So
I don't know where the hell they're gonna go with
I'm
this.
not even sure why they
like the
included
WWE.
it.
They
It's
have
like
no
they just took two characters. Like, hey, we're gonna put some new characters. Go! I just don't get why they're in
Quicksilver and
there. Yeah.
I choose
I
you.
I know.
choose you.
I know. I didn't like how they had to reimagine Quicksilver with a different character that was different from the guy in Days of Future
They're
Past.
different companies though.
Yeah, it's
I
just
know,
different
but
production companies.
I will say that they have their work cut out for them because the Quicksilver in the Fox version was very good. The only bad thing about it was he was only in there for
10 minutes.
Yeah,
Well, he had that really good scene in the.
that's what I'm saying. That was the downside. Is there wasn't enough of them. I always found that odd in that movie. I was just like, you have this dude who runs faster than most people can think, and yet you damn at him. They don't recruit him to the team or anything.
Well, apparently he's going to be in an X-Men Apocalypse. He's coming back.
But I'm saying in that one movie, why wouldn't you recruit him?
I don't know.
Yeah, all right.
But anyway, so that's the problem we have right now is what is going to be that mid-credit scene, and why is there a mid-credit scene? Why didn't they continue with this end-credit scene? But it's Marvel and they're experimenting with different things. So one thing I do want to talk about is how it's been roughly 15 years since 16 since Marvel movies have really taken off. And Jared pointed out something that was very interesting, that out of all these years, good 8, well, I think it was 35 that have been released up until now, and out of all those 35 films, 8 that are solid.
There's about 7 or 8 that ones that I can really go. I can actually go back and watch again out of all 35.
Off the top of your head, could you name a couple?
The ones I can actually go back and watch.
Yeah.
Avengers, X2. What else did I say? I said I could watch Blade. Shit, I'm drawing a blank.
The Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Yeah, Spider-Man 1 and 2. I can watch Iron Man 1 again, I think.
Not too. I don't really care for it. It's just okay. I mean,
this list is looking horrible, man. I just remember Ghost Rider was awful. I know
it was a lot of films that were just
we're on
released.
good. We're doing the good ones, but hold on.
I remember there was
Ghost Rider was awful.
I remember there was a stretch of 4 years with nothing but straight bad Marvel movies. It was something crazy like that.
Last Stand, Ghost Rider, Fantastic Four. That's a horrible stretch.
Well, hold on, I found it. It's right here. Okay, so it was right after Spider-Man 2 in 2004. We had Blade Trinity,
Elektra,
Man-Thing,
Fantastic Four, The Last Stand,
Ghost Rider, Fantastic Four, Rise of Silver Surfer, Spider-Man 3, and then things didn't go good until Iron Man in 2008. So we went from 2004 to 2008 with nothing but shitty stretch. Marvel movies.
Now,
4 years.
We didn't mention DC because they really haven't had They started with Batman Begins, which was
2008.
Oh, you want to start there?
No, I'm just saying we didn't mention DC because they haven't really had a good solid film until Batman Begins, which was 2005, 6. I can't remember when that came out.
2008 was Dark Knight.
Yeah, I want to say it was 2006. I can't remember.
I was still in high school.
What about the old Batman? What about the old Batman?
Oh, the original Batman. Yeah, I'm sorry. What was it called?
It was Batman and not those.
Talking about the one with Val Kilmer, right?
Michael Keaton.
Batman Forever?
That was just called Batman.
No.
I thought that was Forever.
Which one Val Kilmer was in?
Yeah.
Is it the one with Val Kilmer? That was
the original Batman, wasn't it?
No, the one with Michael Keaton in it.
My bad.
It was 1980. It was came out in 1989.
Oh, okay, with Joker in it, right?
Yeah, I think it was just called Batman.
I think it was just called Batman.
Yeah, I think it was just called Batman. I think the second one was Batman.
Okay, one. I'm sorry, out
Forever was with Riddler and all that.
Yeah, Riddler, Penguin,
and
Catwoman.
And Batman and Robin was the one with
George Clooney.
Yeah, that was one with George Clooney.
But who was Batman in Forever?
And Forever?
Was that Kilmer or was that
I thought it was.
I think
shit. I don't know. All those
they blend in so much, like so But yeah,
we only mentioned Marvel because DC, as you can see, only had one. That's with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson.
They've only dipped their toe into the cinematic world.
Yeah, they're just getting revved up in their cinematic world.
Yeah, Daredevil
with with Batman and then Man of Steel and so forth.
All right, so let me go down a list of these. Since Blade, we'll go 1998 because that's when
it really started. They were really good.
You say so. We'll you want to go through the good ones that we can rewatch again?
Yeah, go through the good ones up until now. Not counting Age of Ultron because it hasn't been released yet. Just up until now.
The first Blade. I'll give the first Blade.
So the first Blade, I can go back and watch that.
That's one.
What about Blade 2? Can y'all go back and watch that?
I don't really remember it.
I remember Triple H's cameo in that.
We'll take it. No, that's
Blade 3.
That's Blade 3.
And he was in it.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. So we'll scratch that. So Spider-Man 1, we can all agree on Spider-Man 1, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Daredevil?
No.
I saw it. Don't remember.
Okay, me personally,
X2.
Me personally, X2. I like X2.
Yeah,
X2.
X2 was good.
X2.
Didn't see it.
We'll stick with X2. Hulk.
Hell no.
No, the first Hulk was bad, for obvious reasons. Not going into that.
He was gliding in the air.
He was too green.
It was a joke. All right, so so next good one I see is Spider-Man 2. We can agree on that one, right?
Yep.
Okay, next good one I see.
Are you leaving out like X3?
Yeah. Here goes
X3 was awful.
Yeah, that was bad. Last Stand.
All
right. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Damn, hold on a second. Okay, Iron Man. Can we go back and watch?
We'll come back to that if you like.
Yeah, we'll come back. To
it's just something that I like.
Oh, okay. So we can discuss. We can discuss that in a minute. But okay, so Iron Man. Can we go back and watch that? Shut your mouth, bitch.
Yeah.
Iron Man.
The first one, yeah.
The first one.
I'm gonna say no. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna say no.
That was a good movie. I don't know if I can go back and watch it though.
I would.
That's the only one out of the whole series I can rewatch, really.
Out the series, yeah. If I had to pick one out the whole out the franchise, out the Iron Man franchise, I'm picking one. But on its own,
I mean, it's not a bad film. It's just I just don't care for it.
Yeah, it's just So we're nay on that one. Okay, so how many we got so far? What, 3?
Yeah, pretty much for me. I got 3.
Okay, damn. Hold on. Okay, Incredible Hulk. I don't have to rewatch that one. That's just me personally.
I like it.
I know y'all enjoy that.
I liked it.
What about you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay, so damn. Okay, after that, it's getting a little thin again.
Captain America was surprising.
Captain America was
better than expected.
I still haven't seen
decent.
Captain
It was a
America.
decent film,
Go
solid,
see that.
decent
It's
film.
still-
I heard Winter Soldier was awful. I haven't watched it yet, but first one was good.
First one was good.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we have Avengers. We can all go back and watch Avengers,
course.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Crickets.
Okay, what about
Guardians of the Galaxy?
What about Guardians of the Galaxy?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I don't like it.
I like
like
better
the
than expected. I put that with Captain America.
I like the
Better than
movie.
expected.
I don't need to see it again. That's my thing. I like the movie. It was a good movie.
I wouldn't
but I don't
mind
need to see
seeing
it again.
But for a good movie, yes.
Yeah.
For a good movie, yeah, but
Okay.
I don't need to see it again. That's
Count
my
the good
only
movies.
thing. Okay, I'll put it since this list is so bare.
Count the good movies. Not if we can see it again. Just count the good movies.
Oh, just count good.
Just count the good movies.
All right, so let's start over. Because I was only going for once we can see again. So Blade 2. Well, no, you just said Blade.
I don't remember
right?
much
Okay,
about Blade 2.
so Blade. We'll just stick with one Blade. The first Blade, Spider-Man, X2, Spider-Man 2.
Still grim.
We'll go with Iron Man. I don't have to see it again, but it's a good
Iron
movie.
Man.
Incredible Hulk.
Avengers.
Captain America. Avengers. What do you say about Days of Future Past?
I haven't seen it.
Man, that's a toughie right there. because
It has some
as a standalone film, outside of that, franchise. Sorry, it's a solid movie, but it has so many continuity issues.
So many
it just.
What do you say? Yay or nay?
Hell.
I'll say yay.
Just say yay.
I'll say yay because I have to see that movie again, but it wasn't a bad movie.
Yeah, it wasn't horrific.
That's 9.
Okay. Guardians of the Galaxy.
10.
So 10 out of 35.
Wow, that's a horrible. Those are horrible odds.
And these are stretches. These are ones where we just thought they're good, but we don't have to rewatch them.
A couple of them.
A couple of them are, but a lot of them they were just like, they were a good movie. We don't need to watch them again.
And
we got to 10.
We might reach maybe 3 more that we all may really, really like.
Yeah,
because they're supposed to like 40
years.
Yeah, give or take 40 movies coming out up until 2020. So yeah, I mean,
wow. That's
Marvel, they really have their work cut out for them because they have a really bad rep, and that was only Marvel. We didn't count DC with Batman Begins,
Superman.
Dark Knight Rises, Man of Steel. So I mean, it's not that's only 4 more, but
okay.
still.
So I'll go through some of the list of Marvel movies coming up and get our opinions on it. Avengers Age of Ultron is obviously the next one coming up.
I mean, looking at that trailer tonight,
we
can go ahead and break that down real quick. I mean, looking at that trailer tonight, I mean, I feel the same way I felt when I first watched it. And that's just, it just looks okay, I guess. It doesn't look like a strong follow-up sequel to Avengers. Yeah. And it just looks like a filler movie.
The first one set the bar so high, it's hard to get excited for anything less than
Not even that. It just looks like a filler movie.
Well, I'm just saying for me.
Oh, okay.
The first one set the bar. I'm trying to break that out of my head because this is a separate direction. But the first one set the bar so high. I wasn't going in thinking this was going to be, fantastic anyway. But the trailer, I'm with T on this one. Trailer doesn't spark any emotion out of me. Then Incredible Hulk stole the show in that trailer, by the way. But
yeah,
other than that, it doesn't seem too promising. But we'll see though.
What do y'all think about?
Could be great.
What do y'all think about the transition of tone from the first one to the second one? This one seems to be a lot darker.
A lot darker, yeah.
A lot more serious. And the first one was kind of lighthearted.
I'm actually not against that. Actually,
I'm not against it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
it's a different change.
What are you gonna say, Adrian?
I still saw the lightheartedness in there. They still got the jokes every now and then.
Yeah, but it still seemed like a lot more grim. It didn't seem a lot more grim to you in the first.
Well, the first one, the world was at risk again with Loki bringing in aliens and shit.
Oh, he was conquering.
Yeah, but
it wasn't a takeover. He was to eliminate the human being.
No. It was a takeover.
But I'm saying
what he's trying to do is exterminate the human race.
That's what I'm saying.
You said takeover. Takeover is basically we're gonna let you live. You know what I'm saying?
That's what Loki wanted to do. He wanted to conquer the humans.
But you just went back and said he wasn't conquering. He was takeover.
So Loki was.
You see in the Book of Revelation.
I said Loki was conquering, and he wants to do a takeover, which is to take over the whole world.
All right, continue, Santi. I apologize. Go ahead, man.
Well, I was gonna say, Adrian, don't you think that Ultron seems a bit like a more serious character than Loki was in the first one? The way that he's being portrayed in this trailer.
Yeah, definitely.
He's being portrayed.
That's not what. I thought y'all were saying that it picks up well, man. The tone of the movie, I thought y'all were saying, the first one was more joking.
It
not
is
so much joking,
not so much joking, but it's a little more lighthearted. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel you don't feel the seriousness from
the world's about to end. It looks like the world's about to end in the Age of Ultron.
That's what I'm saying. The world's about to end in the first one.
But
too.
no, it's
opened up a portal where aliens were just.
It's not so much. It's not so much just the plot. It's like the way the characters are acting and everything like that.
It's they didn't feel. They seem defeated in this trailer. They didn't seem defeated in the first Avengers.
That's because they were coming together in the first Avengers. This one, they're together, and this is a threat that so to speak, they haven't encountered before. He's gung ho about exterminating the human race.
It's like shit.
I ain't letting y'all live. This ain't
real.
Yeah, this just got real.
Yeah, Thor, everybody. All
I don't care about conquering y'all. I want to kill y'all.
Yeah, they're okay, this could be the end of us. Captain America making that comment. Well, I don't have any plans tomorrow. I could die tonight. I didn't hear no comments like that in the first Avenger.
Exactly. I mean, in the first one, you always knew you never got a sense of, hey, these niggas might lose. In this one, you feel you feel like someone might lose their life or something like that. In this
we could lose one of the Avengers in this one.
there's an obvious. I think there's an obvious transition of tone between that because I mean, I didn't hear not one single. I mean, it wasn't really a joke. Granted, it was more of a lighthearted moment, but I didn't hear a single joke.
Yeah. Granted, this is like the 5th trailer. Other trailers, trying to defend Adrian. There are other trailers where they are, having lighthearted moments. May not be many, but they do have a couple. Like the trailer where they're all trying to lift the hammer. Thor's hammer. Yeah. That's a lighthearted moment.
That's like the only one I saw. That's a staple of this franchise. Is like, yeah, shit's going bad, but we're gonna throw in a joke. Like when Ultron called all the other guys, and he was like, "You just had to ask him." So like, yeah, they about to get fucked up, but he was like, "You just had to ask," like. But that may just be the director like doing that. I mean, any other director might just, have it all dark.
All right. Well, what's coming out next after that?
Age of Ultron. After that is Ant-Man.
This could be short. I don't think anyone in this group gives a shit about it. If you want to have an analysis about it, go ahead.
Except the black.
I put it like it's the same. It's the same. It's the same theory with Suicide Squad. If you're in here trying to find a tie-in that's to Avengers or whatever, you think it's going to be important to this plot. Think again.
Yeah, because actually going back to Age of Ultron and briefly, I don't like how his origins have been altered. Basically having Iron Man create him instead of Ant-Man creating him. I wish they would have had Ant-Man have a cameo in an Iron Man movie or something, and then have him create Ultron, and Ultron, turn into this crazy maniac, and then they make Age of Ultron, and Ant-Man is teaming up to help them, and then Ant-Man gets his movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of him, I don't even know who his enemy in this new, in the Ant-Man film, but who cares? Yeah. Like, who cares for Ant-Man? The special effects of that movie from the trailer I saw look awful. This nigga's riding an ant, flying around. His transformation into the smaller suit, the smaller size looks just stupendously awful. So
they're not giving us, like you said, they're not giving us a reason to care about this anime.
Yeah, them I know they're gonna do that. They're gonna alter the
like the altar.
They're gonna alter origins, and I guess that's fine, but just try to make it work. I mean, this doesn't seem like it's going to work. And that's,
well, that speaks to a good point. If you're going to alter origins, why not alter it and make it interesting?
Yeah,
it's like they're altering stuff. They're altering stuff we don't want them to, but the boring shit that we would let them touch, they don't touch it.
They don't touch it. Yeah,
they're like, he's still going to be Ant-Man, and he's not going to have a significant villain.
We're going to call this Ant-Man.
He's just there. Like, I know we're not there at the Black Panther movie yet, but what I hope they at least do with Black Panther is have him make an appearance in Civil War.
He will.
Okay, so that's confirmed?
Yeah.
Okay, so at least they're doing that. I'm like, you gotta at least make these separate movies like mean something. It seems like Ant-Man is just there, just so. I mean, I know it's gonna make money, but it just seems like it's just there.
Just another cash grab.
Yeah, just another cash grab. Like, make the people care about these movies, man.
Next.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that's a movie that just the first time they went for it, it failed, and it failed really bad, and now they're trying to go for it again because clearly they just don't want the rights to go back to Marvel, and I see that going back to Marvel because
it needs to.
It just sounds too similar to Amazing Spider-Man. They had the Amazing Spider-Man announced, the trailer, all that out, and then before the movie was even released, they got a release date for Amazing Spider-Man 2. And I was just like, how do you do that? You didn't even see the success of Amazing Spider-Man 1. Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out. It was awful, as we all know, because they put themselves in from what I saw, a time crunch to make this movie. And the story was just so convoluted, so conflicted. It was just so awful because of them, making that, hey, we're making it come out in 2 years after this movie, whenever it came out. Fantastic Four seems like it's going the same route because this first film doesn't even look like it doesn't. It's not even needed, but
and that I think you had the perfect word for that. This movie is unneeded. It doesn't tie into anything. I don't think there's a huge
demand.
Yeah, a huge demand for a Fantastic Four movie. I mean, they're going the darker route there too. They really haven't shown anything how they're really outside of it being dark. They haven't really shown anything about how they're going to be different.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why they did the whole Michael B. Jordan being the sister of a white girl thing. I don't know if they did.
Maybe they're gonna be step siblings.
Yeah, I mean, I figured something like that, but why? I didn't understand that. I don't know if they did it for shock value. They don't really have any. I haven't seen this trailer on TV or anything like that. They're not really getting much publicity or anything like that. This movie is.
When does it come out?
August.
August, yeah.
August.
Like I said, they weren't even at Comic-Con last year, which was
That's a horrible sign.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a shocker. You know, they have this movie that being rebooted and that ain't gonna be at Comic-Con. Doing any promotion, but also, Marvel's not gonna be at this year's Comic-Con, so I don't know what that says.
They're taking the Beyonce approach.
Well, from what I read, Marvel's not going to be at Comic-Con because they're going to have their own little private screening. Private screenings outside of Comic-Con. They want to do their own thing outside of Comic-Con. They want to keep the
Con?
I guess. I don't know.
Good God.
We gonna call this Marvel Con.
Stop.
All right, but
next is Deadpool.
Deadpool comes out next year, right? February?
Yes, 2016. It doesn't have the date up here.
Oh.
But they've done right so far? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was going to say it. Go ahead.
It's rated R?
That's the only thing
they've done right I've seen so far?
First rated R Marvel film since Blade.
Since Blade.
Yeah.
And that was before Disney got it.
Yeah. So that's really saying something. I think that's a good thing for them. And the fans, too. Fans out there, I know they're loving that. It's going to be rated R.
That's about it right now.
Yeah, that's about it. I don't care about this either. They got Ryan Reynolds reprising the role. I mean,
who's the villain there?
Don't know.
Good question.
Good
question.
Apparently, I mean, there's a rumor that Wolverine's going to make a cameo, but these are all rumors.
Again, what Jared said, y'all, don't get caught up in that hype. Ooh, Wolverine! I gotta go see it now. Don't go see that movie because Wolverine gonna be 2.5 seconds in that movie.
I put it like this:
with his claws.
If you're gonna go see a movie, go for the people. Go for the person whose name is in it. Go for the person whose name is in the title.
Yeah.
Do not go for anything else.
Don't do that to yourself.
Originally in the group, or like you said, in the title, man.
Yeah. Cameos are not worth it for your money.
Don't go watch Spider-Man and go see damn. I don't know, Norman Osborn, because that nigga might not be in there that much.
Hence Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ty, you were talking about Wolverine being in there for 2 seconds. He did that. He did that in First Class.
Yeah, you're right.
When Charles and Xavier were going around, and you were just like, "Fuck yo,
fuck off."
Yeah.
So please, Deadpool fans, don't do that to yourself.
And speaking of Wolverine, I read online that it's just Hugh Jackman going back and forth again. That he's getting ready to film his last Wolverine role. But just a couple of months ago, he said that he wanted to play Wolverine forever.
He's got like a 25-year contract.
Yeah, I thought he had like 6 more movies. He said it seems like.
Apparently Wolverine. I think Wolverine comes out after Apocalypse, but I think that's his last film.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, at this point, he might as well stay Wolverine at this point.
He keeps flip-flopping. Like I said, he said just a couple months ago, last year sometime, he was like, I want to play Wolverine forever, but now this article comes out a couple weeks ago, I'm putting on my claws for the last time.
Nah, at this point, you should have did that 5 movies ago if you want to stop playing Wolverine.
Yeah.
At this point, you just might as well just stay Wolverine now.
Next up is Captain America Civil War.
I'm actually kind of excited for this, mainly because of the storyline. I'm a huge... I'm not going by the comic books that I read from Civil War, but I'm a huge Civil War fan because of the registration storyline.
And what is that?
Basically, Iron Man is against all the... not mutants, but beings with powers...
let me stop you right there because you got to kind of go back a little bit farther back.
Okay, well then you go ahead. Explain.
So basically, this all started with the Mutant Registration Act. From what I can remember, it started with the Mutant Registration Act, where basically everybody who's a mutant would have to register. They'd have to say who this is this person, their powers are this, and everything like that. Mm-hmm. But it expands to metahumans, basically anybody who has superpowers. Okay. And half the people are for, half the people are for it, and half the people are against it. So so there's a civil war between people with superpowers going against each other. It's a very interesting story.
Yeah,
but
well written.
But yeah, they're not really going this route with that. Yeah. From what I could tell from the trailer, like what you said, it's basically like Iron Man and Captain America don't like each other, so civil war.
Yeah, it just seems like from what I picked up,
it's like superheroes.
Basically.
From what I picked up, it's just Iron Man does like radical stuff
that pisses off Captain
radical
America.
solutions that might fuck up, and then when they do,
Captain
America gets mad because he's more traditional. Like, let's do it this way. It's never gonna fuck up.
Yeah, so I'm kind of scared for this movie. I love the comic books and story, even the updated story they just put out. But I don't know about this movie just yet. I have to see some stuff before I make a judgment.
I think the feeling of being scared should be going out the window, because every time a superhero of ours that's our favorite go to a film, it's going to be changed or altered.
Yeah, you don't expect the same thing.
Yeah, I know.
They'll alter it.
But I'm kind of putting the ball in Marvel's court strong on this one, because this movie is gonna determine if I really stick with the I know we talked about hiatuses. They destroy this movie, man. I don't know how much faith left I'm gonna have in Marvel with movies. I mean, this is one of my favorite storylines of Marvel.
But there's not much left after this, is there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, let's
I
continue.
don't know what else to say about it. Let's
continue. Let's continue the list. All right, next is X-Men Apocalypse. I love X-Men. I really don't care about this movie. I love Apocalypse, one of my favorite villains.
Same here.
I don't care about this movie.
Why not?
Because they're gonna try and put this whole thing into this one continuity, and they've already tried it with the last movie. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Are they gonna give him powers that he don't have, like they did with Kitty and all that?
I'm not even worried about that. That's not even the major concern. It's just that
the continuity issue.
It's the continuity issue. It bothers me. It bothers me. I try not to let it do it, but it bothers me. Just I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Because the last one, didn't they have 17-year-old Apocalypse in the post credits?
Yeah, they have.
That kind of piqued my interest. I'm not gonna lie, the post credits with Apocalypse, but that's the only thing that piqued my interest. Like, what are they gonna do? Like, with this continue? Like.
It's just this franchise has shown time and time again that they're not very good at storytelling. You know, they can make a nice looking movie when they put their minds to it. They're pretty decent at casting
stories,
but they're not very good at storytelling. And I'm not very excited. I've seen enough. I think with this movie, I didn't hate the last movie, but again, I had too many questions.
Not enough answers.
Not enough answers, and I'm honestly burnt out with the effort of trying to figure it out. So, I mean, I'm not really excited to see this movie. If y'all want to go see it, if y'all just want to have a group outing, and y'all just like, hey, let's go see it.
It's exactly one of those. Right, it's one of those like if somebody wants to go see it, I'm down to see it, but I'm not going out my way to see this movie.
Nah, I love. Don't get me wrong, I love X-Men.
Oh yeah,
Apocalypse is one of my favorite villains. One of them. He's up there. He's probably about. Out of all villains in comic books, probably like top 10 in all the comic books. Probably top 10. I don't know if I can say top 5. I had to think about it.
He's one of my favorite villains too. But
no,
this should say something. No. Two X-Men hardcore fans saying this should say something how burnt out Marvel has made us of the genre storyline wise.
Speaking of burnt out, the next one I think Marvel's running out of ideas because Gambit's getting his own movie
with Channing Tatum starring.
And when I saw this, I was just like, Gambit's a really good character. Gambit's
extremely
excellent character. Don't think he should have his own movie. I mean, where do you go with that? I mean, are you going to do the? Are you going to play?
The more I thought about it, I was like,
do we expect to see him in Apocalypse?
Apocalypse, maybe.
You know, with that movie coming out before his.
But then why put the movie out after?
Same thing with Ant-Man.
Yeah.
See my issue? Or maybe the mid-credit scene is Ant-Man. Like, hey,
play space
Iron Man, you know what I'm saying? I got an idea for bigger this robot, and Iron Man steals the idea. He's going, hey, I made Ultron. All right.
Hey, I made Ultron.
That couldn't be mid-movie.
Nah,
that'd be way too late.
Yeah, I know.
They ruined poor Gambit in what was that, Wolverine Origins? They ruined poor Gambit for me. That's my favorite X-Men. I'm like, y'all ruined Gambit for me.
Everyone says that in Wolverine Origins, but I find him to be the jewel of that movie.
Really?
Out of that pile of shit of that movie,
the fight scene.
He was the jewel,
man. The character actually, I like the guy who played him. What was it?
I was just about to say, I thought he was terrible.
But the fight scene was terrible though. I was like, they didn't give Gambit no kind of credibility at all during that fight. So that's what ruined it for me. I don't know about y'all, but that's
I mean, maybe this guy does a better job. I'm more curious as to where they're gonna go with it. Are they gonna do the origin story where he's part of the thieves and he's going against the assassins?
Because remember, he was with the one of the original Four Horsemen with Apocalypse, so that's why I'm assuming
he might
be
be
Apocalypse because he was one of the Four Horsemen.
You're hoping too much.
I know.
I seriously doubt that.
I know.
But I mean, when it comes to the Gambit movie,
it'd be bad. It'd be super raw if they had.
That's for business.
But
I mean, but is it an origin story? Gambit. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know. His story.
I don't know. They haven't released much information.
He lives in Louisiana. He's part of a group called the Thieves, and they go against the assassins. And there's basically like a gang warfare going. Are you gonna go with that? Seems stupid if he's the only mutant there.
I don't know. That if he's in Apocalypse, they go with the Horseman.
Does Rogue make a cameo?
Jubilee.
Stop.
She's announced for Apocalypse.
And another reason why
I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
I was surprised she went in the original franchise.
I thought you. I actually thought she was.
But don't you think that was kind of a blessing?
Hey, of course, but I'm just saying, like, she was not necessarily like a. She was just such a memorable character on the show.
Rememberable.
Yeah, I made a new word.
We're gonna call this rememberable.
We're gonna call this English.
But
what's after Gambit?
Doctor Strange.
No comment because I don't
comment
give a
either.
shit.
Another character that just does not need his own movie.
They're doing that because they're trying to go into their the magic and all that. That's what they're trying to. That's what they're trying to explore.
I think they're going
to. But
tie
does he
that
need his
in.
own movie? Too?
No, that's a rhetorical question.
I think they're trying to do this because they're trying to tie in Avengers, Infinity War, like Infinity War. Was it 1 or 2? You don't need Doctor Strange having his own movie because he is an integral part in that storyline with the Infinity Gem. He's not. He doesn't need a movie to explain that. Have him appear in one of the other movies. And correlate that. You don't need his own.
Just have him
keyword, cash grab,
but
cash
grab.
grab.
Man, you don't need the whole movie for that.
Ty, you don't even need to do that, man. All you gotta do is be like, "This is Doctor Strange. He's one of the best. He's one of the best mystics in the world."
Right.
That's all you need to know.
Right.
That's all you need to know.
Cash grab.
We don't need a whole movie to do this.
But who wants to see it?
Same with Gambit.
I don't want to see that.
And you see, they know. You can tell that they know that these characters aren't very strong because they get strong casting for these characters.
Exactly.
Because they know that if you just get no one's going to see these movies.
Yeah. Channing Tatum being Gambit and what's the guy's name?
And then Benedict Cumberbatch
playing
Doctor Strange. I was like, so you get huge
strong
stars.
names.
That's what happened with Guardians of the Galaxy. Nobody knew who the fuck these people were, you had such strong star power that people were like, I'll give this movie a chance.
You're right.
Yeah.
If they have faith in the whole story and the movie already, they're gonna be like, let's cast a new up and comer that nobody knows.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could tell that they do not have faith in the characters themselves. They're just doing this for money because they're getting huge stars to play these characters.
Yeah, and nobody cares about. Well, we don't either.
Especially not us. But let me move on to. There's going to be says untitled Wolverine film. It's probably Wolverine 3.
Yeah. It's just they don't have a title for it, but
that's where
this is the end of the journey. Even though this is technically, even though this is technically part 2 because they didn't want to count Wolverine Origins being a part of the storyline. So
that makes
doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. The third film in the Wolverine franchise, but they're not counting the first one. So this is like the second one. In the history of
So it's like Big Hero 6, and they're not counting that as a Marvel movie.
They're not.
Well, they wasn't using the storyline from the Big Hero 6 when they made that Disney movie. They just called it Big Hero 6.
All right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know anything about that franchise.
Neither do I.
Okay, so basically what we have to say is probably going to be awful, right?
Is that it? Or is there more?
No, there's more.
But wait.
There's more. We still got a good amount left. All right, so we got Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I don't really
knew that was coming.
Yeah, I really don't need to
go see that in theaters. If y'all have that on Redbox or something, or it comes on TV,
I'll go to theaters for it. I like that.
I'm not trying to see that in theaters.
I mean,
the first one was good, but
it is good. It was a good movie.
It was actually really good.
I don't care enough about the characters to go see the second one, and it's not going to time with anything I care about. So, and we're picky about going to see our movies. So, no.
I need picky.
That's a no. In the movie theater.
We trying to spend that money, you know what I'm saying?
So I say we're picky because of that money, though.
Yeah. All right, next.
Fantastic Four sequel.
See?
Don't care.
That first one came out. It's just the same route as
Wow, you know what
Watch.
the crazy thing is? That's announced for 2017.
I'm telling you, they're putting themselves in the same,
Yeah,
crunch,
they're
time crunch.
They're putting themselves in a horrible position.
Watch.
Summer is
Well,
It's going to go. Them rights going back to Marvel.
Maybe they like doing that. Maybe they're like, we're gonna call this a bad movie.
Well, I will say this: like, I think there's not as we don't have the same standard for Fantastic Four we do for Spider-Man. So they probably could get away with it a lot better than Spider-Man can.
All right.
After you finish this list, I wanted to ask you a question. So.
All right, just don't forget it. We're going closer to the end of it. We still got a couple movies.
All right, hurry up, bitch.
Shut your mouth, bitch. Man, before I slap you with this dick.
That's a big ass dick.
That's a big ass dick.
All high school.
Next is
What?
Oh, I know what he's talking about. That's not what they're talking about.
I don't know why.
We're gonna move on, viewers.
I was about to say, you got some back in memory.
Clean that up later.
I was like, damn, nigga, what the hell was you doing in high school?
Taking trips back in memory lane.
All right, just go ahead.
All right.
Okay.
Alrighty then. Next is a Spider-Man film. The Spider-Man film going back to Marvel.
So
Yeah,
the
this is
Amazing Spider-Man
his
4?
first solo film with Marvel / I'm sorry,
What movie is this?
Spider-Man.
The untitled
The Marvel
Spider-Man.
edition.
Yeah,
Being
Marvel
distributed
edition.
by Sony Pictures.
Yeah,
There you go.
they're in a working joint with Sony. I expect him to make a cameo in Civil War, small cameo. I'm not necessarily excited about this film. I know I said in the last podcast I was excited, but thinking about it, this is like the third time around, and I know he's home.
About time.
Air quotes home, but
Well, let me ask you.
Kinda.
This may be a stupid question, but like, is it the two? It's like the studio that did the first ones, and then the studio that did Amazing. Are they both own him now?
No.
see, the original franchise was Sony, and then they recreated it with Amazing Spider-Man.
Under
Same
Marvel?
company. Yeah,
Same.
same company. Sony rebooted that franchise so that they could keep the rights.
So keep the rights. 'Cause
Amazing-
they initially said that those rights were never going back to Marvel, never, because they had quote stories to tell for years. And
Do they now?
That was wild.
I mean, it was true. They had stories for years. They just sucked ass.
It's terrible story.
And like I said repeatedly, Amazing Spider-Man 2 was so bad that they had to go and talk to Marvel. Like, hey, I said,
You failed.
we fucked up. So
Come help us.
we still want the rights, but can you help us out?
We gonna go on this collaboration.
I know we said we're gonna get the rights back to you, but I like you. You hot me. So
Could have played
Call
about
the money.
$5.
call the money.
Yeah, but Sony still owns Spider-Man. They're just like letting them borrow
Help
it.
us.
There you
And
go.
they'll split the profit.
It's like a
basically.
soccer loan, you see?
Not at all, man.
Basically,
Basically, they're like, help us.
That make any sense to me. Anyway, they don't split a contract. Anyway, let's move on.
There you go.
But this is his first solo movie. Of course, they're gonna pick a new
we're gonna call this a dumbass.
new actor to play Peter Parker, and we'll just see where it goes from there.
You think he's gonna be Peter Parker? Or you think it's gonna be somebody else?
No, it's Peter Parker.
Oh, they've already confirmed that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not gonna be Donald Glover.
Why you playing? I heard that.
No, it's not gonna be the Black Spider-Man. It's not gonna be the Black
I heard
Spider-Man.
Not gonna be the Mexican?
Is it? I thought it was black.
He's half
He's
black,
half black, half Mexican.
half Mexican. He's some kind of
He's
Spanish.
Mexican.
I'm gonna bring up something that I haven't told y'all yet. But have you seen Ultimate Avengers Web Warriors, the cartoon?
No.
You know Donald Glover plays Black Spider-Man in that one.
All right,
All
moving
right.
on. Next is this is the best movie I've seen so far. It's Thor Ragnarok. I'm excited for this.
I watched.
Fantastic.
He said we're gonna call this a shitty movie.
I watched 5 minutes of Thor: Dark World, and I was like, "Whoo, man!"
I never did finish it.
I didn't finish it. That's what I'm saying. I watched first 5 minutes. That shit bored me, and I changed the channel. I just couldn't, bear to sit through
I was
it.
lost.
Can we say that that's the worst Marvel franchise? No.
Nah,
Ghost
hell
Rider.
no.
You can't do
Ghost
that.
Rider.
You
No, you
can't.
can't
Ghost
say that's a
Rider.
franchise because they didn't even get past. Oh, well,
They
forgot
got
they
two.
didn't pass.
They got
that
two.
too.
They got two.
Never mind.
You can't say it's worse, but
Dang, that
Nah,
was so bad. I forgot about 2.
That's bad.
Because you didn't watch it.
No.
if the story and the quality of the movies were half as good as the visuals, man, Thor would actually be halfway decent. But
those stories don't make any sense.
I was totally lost.
It's uninteresting too.
One big
too much talking in Thor.
What?
They talk too much. It's like they try to make the story around talking.
The second one was more action filled, but
the second one was more action, but I was still lost.
What are you gonna say, Adrian?
A big plot point that happened at the end, because I saw the end of Thor 2. I don't know if y'all did.
Oh, Infinity Gem? That was in...
No, that, as of where they are right now...
of the Galaxy, right?
No. Damn, bitches, let me talk.
They could suck on his dick.
As of where they are right now, at the end of Thor 2, everyone thinks... What's his name? Odin is... I can't even remember if he's dead or not, but anyway, everyone thinks that Loki basically portrayed himself as Odin.
Oh yeah, when he he was in that sitting on his throne talking to him.
I'm trying to see like where at least they're gonna go with that.
Yeah, that was the only redeeming part about them. One of the only
also
and the Infinity Gem that appeared in.
They also go to that guy to keep that. Remember the red thing that is in the movie. Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, the guy collector, whatever they call him. They go to him and give him that red. Yeah, I don't know.
The one that was in Thor 2, the Infinity.
The Infinity Gem.
What was it called? It was called something.
Actually,
dark something, whatever it's called.
Actually, they showed the glove in.
They showed, and then they showed a duck too. Yeah. Like, it was just stupid.
The stuff that you wouldn't have caught if you saw it.
All right.
Yeah, let's move on. Avengers: Infinity War Part 1.
I'm actually interested in seeing that, just to see what they do with Thanos and that whole storyline, just to see where the hell they're gonna go with the Infinity Gem storyline.
I no longer care.
Again, because Thanos is one of the most interesting characters in the world. No, seriously. He's one of my favorite villains. But
my favorite villains. I no longer care.
I still care. I still care, though. Unlike Apocalypse, where I just drop hope, period. I'm still hanging on.
Thanos is, again, I like him even more than Apocalypse. He's one of my favorite villains. I no longer care.
Thanos is a beast. I'm not giving up hope right now, but Civil War and Infinity War.
I'll base my judgment on
Avengers 2.
Infinity War on Civil War and Avengers 2 also.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing.
We'll see.
Those are the 3 movies I care for right now. I was when you listed.
All right.
Next. I don't know. I have my
doubts.
No, I have my reservations about making me go through all these movies to see one person I like to see.
Yeah.
That shit bothers me. Just give me the fucking person so I can be done with it. But I don't feel like
that's how they make money.
You know how they go.
No, I don't feel like trudging through these movies that'll probably suck just so I can see this one villain. It's a shame because
Infinity War could be the best one out of the series, and we have to get through all this shit just to get through.
And it burns out, man. It's just like, damn. It's like, if you got your. It's like, if you have like 5 different pizzas and your favorite one is pepperoni or whatever, and you got to eat through the rest of the toppings.
Crap, yeah.
Then you'll find by the time you get to the 5th one, you're gonna be like, all right, fuck this shit.
Yeah, you're too full. Been fed all this crap.
Now I know that was random, but spur of the moment, that was the best I could come up with.
Yeah.
All right, what's next after that?
Black Panther.
Hey, it's RC's favorite hero.
And if he can't name anyone out of top 3, he names him.
Is it definitely your top 3?
But he's definitely in my top 10.
Next movie.
We gonna talk about Black Panther.
Nah, we gonna make you see.
That's your boy, man.
What are your thoughts on it, at least?
We're gonna drag you to movie tavern.
Yeah, we gonna
force you to see it. Force your eyes.
In 2018. 20.
See, that's 3 years from now. We're gonna be like, we're gonna call this 3 years later.
We're gonna call this math. All right.
That's your boy, man.
I stated my statements before from the street fight.
I stated
reiterate. I'm saying reiterate now.
Yeah, go ahead.
That I'm just afraid, that it's just not going to turn out into a great movie. That's all. That's what I'm afraid of. I understand y'all told me that the actor that they casted for is a good actor. He did
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, he did Jackie Robinson, and he did James Brown. So still, I need to see what kind of direction that they're going to do with this. Are they going to infuse, his storyline with the other movies that's coming out?
Clearly they are, because he's
going to be in Civil War.
Okay.
I think his homeland is probably going to be shown in Age of Ultron.
Okay.
Like they say, he's going to be in Civil War. So you're going to see bits and pieces of him, so to speak. So
kind of his origin. And
now, having said what you said about you need to see where they're gonna go, does that mean you're showing interest now?
Yeah, you're interested.
So you're going back on what you said?
Yeah.
No, I'm afraid. I'm just afraid it's just going to be a horrible movie.
Hey, man, be like Eminem. Oh, I'm not afraid.
But seriously, I think you're more like afraid of it failing or that I'm interested in you. But you're still interested, though. Don't say you're not interested. You're interested, but it's interest.
Are you
there.
gonna watch from afar? Like you going down?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read about it, and I'll probably just see like one scene or so, and that's it.
No, you're gonna see.
What if it's a good movie?
Yeah.
So you're just gonna like.
What if I'm just saying. What if it turns out to be a good movie? You're just gonna watch one scene,
right?
You'd be like, "Yeah, this is good."
You gonna put it in like an editing program? And just
that's what I'm doing.
I just want to see these 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in Premiere and just chop it up. Like, okay, we're going to call this a good fight scene.
You gonna number them 1 through like 30, and then put them all in a bowl and be like, "All right, I got number 28."
But seriously, this could be like a really, really good movie, but you just don't know yet. Right?
All right, let's move on. Let's move on.
I mean, on the totem pole of superheroes,
bitch, we said we were gonna move on. You got.
He's not that important,
shit, bitch.
So I mean,
Frederick Douglass. We gotta keep talking about it.
All right. I hate y'all.
Speaking of which, I saw him up in Gainesville.
All right, next is Captain Marvel, aka Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah, next.
I just want one question. I have one question. Is Rogue going to be in the movie? That's all I'm asking. You know, that's where she gets her powers from.
No. Of course not. She's not going to be in the movie.
You don't know
Hollywood.
Huh?
Oh.
Wait,
okay,
let me
so
think.
You know. Okay, so you remember in the cartoons how Rogue could fly? She had super strength and everything like that. She touched Miss Marvel too long. You know, that's her original power, her mutant power. Is that she touched Miss Marvel too long?
And that's how she can fly.
Yeah, she got it permanently. Yeah, so that's what I wonder. So I think it's because of Miss Marvel's powers that she didn't die. But I'm that's the only thing I'm curious about is Rogue going to be in a movie? That's all. Other than that, I couldn't give two shits.
It's a Divas match.
I couldn't give half a shit, really. I couldn't give .0000001 shit about this movie.
Next.
Avengers Infinity War Part 2.
Depends on one.
Yeah, okay, and Inhumans. Now, this was one movie. When Tobias told me when he told me it was coming out, I was just like, no, it's not.
I told you. Like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I told you like 3 years ago. I was just like, man, if Guardians of the Galaxy comes out, you best believe Inhumans is coming out.
Okay, and then I was in denial.
It's gonna hurt you something bad.
It's gonna hurt you bad.
And I agree with you, I was just like, all right, man. I was in denial for a little bit. Then I was like, if Guardians of the Galaxy sells well, then I agree. This will probably come out.
Yeah, you would huge it out. All right. I'll just let you know.
Because I'm like, who the fuck wants to see this movie? Where is the demand for this movie? I keep asking that. Have they cast anyone for this?
But no. You know, just like you said, have they casted this film? Just like you said about Gambit and the other movies we listed, they're gonna have a strong cast for that film, just so everybody can come out and see it.
They're gonna have to.
Probably gonna have Vin Diesel as Black Bolt. I mean, because he still has meetings with Marvel.
Well, isn't he still as Groot though?
I mean, he's just voice acting.
Groot.
Yeah,
he's busy.
From what I read, he's still on
Crashing Cars with Paul Walker and shit.
From what I read, he's still talking to Marvel about playing other roles. So yeah.
Okay.
So that's the end of the list. My question is, when it comes to these superhero movies out of Marvel, which characters from the the Marvel universe deserves a movie and you think will come out?
That are left?
Yeah.
Or that haven't come out?
Yeah.
None.
So pretty much everybody's been touched.
I mean, you should have known that when you seen like movies like Guardians of the Galaxy come out.
Yeah, they started scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, they just like, that bottom of the pot, we get the last, mashed potatoes like.
Yeah, the burnt one that stuck to the bottom of the.
All right, so we got Gambit. Okay, we can make that.
Inhumans is like the burnt pasta on the bottom of the pot.
I can get this last little bit of
that nobody wants.
Pot, it's like grit. Gambit.
Inhumans are like the end of the loaf of bread that nobody eats.
Here's the thing, Ryan. Marvel has a vast amount of characters. Like they have, I mean, you've seen the posters where they have all those Marvel characters. Only a few of them deserve movies. Only a few of them deserve movies. I mean, there's a lot of them, but all those characters aren't interesting enough to get their own movie.
They're like supporting cast, man.
They're not carry a movie.
I'll put it like this: it's like them are bench. There's only like a couple people who can start on a movie. The others are bench players. They benefit from just being a side person.
Yeah.
Black Widow, Hawkeye.
Yeah. I mean,
these
talks
movies
that
listed are like Hawkeye getting a movie.
Yeah.
No, I mean there were talks about Black Widow getting a movie.
Exactly, and it's just like, where's the demand for that?
So
we about to end this discussion.
From y'all perspective, which of these characters would you want to do a movie with? That's the unsung heroes, pretty much.
What do you
They're
mean?
done, right? They're done.
They scraped the bottom of the barrel.
What we got coming out is Batman vs Superman. These two characters have had their share of movies.
But that's DC.
That's DC, and this is something that we have never seen before. Them clashing, them
They're
fighting.
doing it, man. Like Suicide
Justice
Squad.
League, that's new.
Yes.
We haven't seen that.
Suicide Squad getting a movie.
I might even see Justice League. I might just be done.
But I'm just mentioning, characters we haven't seen all together in one movie. I mean, we've seen
Like
Green Lantern.
Green
Lantern was
okay,
alright.
I was just trying to figure it out, because it's been said before.
Okay.
Some of these characters just been altered and just been formed into a horrible movie.
I will say this: since they decided they're going to reboot Spider-Man again, even though I don't want to see it again, it would be nice to have Black Cat in there, like her as an actual character, not her own movie. Fuck out here with that bullshit.
They're gonna do that now.
You spoken into existence.
Is it
It's coming right after Static Shock.
Starring Jaden Smith.
Is it? But it would be nice to have her as her own.
She's gonna be Willow.
It'd be nice to have her as a supporting character in that movie because
Willow Smith, Black
Is
Cat.
it because there is an interesting character thing? Stop.
Willow Smith.
Is it? But I would like to see her. I think that would be a good interaction between her and Spider-Man. So that would be something nice to see because it hasn't been done yet. They had that awful cameo in Amazing Spider-Man 2, but no.
Thank goodness they took all Venom off the list because Venom was supposed to get a movie.
But yeah, back to your question, Ryan. As far as DC characters that have that deserve a film or need to have their own film, it's all done, man.
You mean Marvel?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Marvel. Did I say DC? My bad.
DC, Marvel, everybody.
They're all done, yeah. Everybody that deserves their own movie, they're done.
Yeah, they're done.
Okay.
Now we're gonna go through the DC list.
Ooh.
Nah, let's do that for another day.
Yeah, let's
here for
dedicate
another 2
that
hours.
to another edition.
Is it? That's another day, man. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Close us out, Tobias.
Well, I guess to conclude this is Marvel's stretching. They're stretching. They're trying to get these characters on screen just for cash grabs. People. Hey, Marvel has their stamp on it. It must be good. Hey, Marvel has a stamp on it. I wonder who that is. Don't know who that is, but it's a Marvel film, so...
You know what this reminds me of? Remember those old days when Nintendo used to put their stamp of approval on there? But most of those games were shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, just like that. Y'all remember those days?
Or Xbox when it was only for Xbox.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No. They had games like that, and it was only playable on Xbox.
Well, didn't all
They still do that today.
Yeah, but I'm saying there were certain games they did that with. You're not going to see NFL Fever on PlayStation, even though it's an NFL game.
High school.
All right.
Anyway,
they're called exclusive games, right? They've been doing that forever.
Yeah, like PlayStation did the same.
But I'm just saying,
Nintendo did that.
Yeah.
But I was just saying the same way you did with Nintendo, Xbox did it too.
That doesn't apply.
Okay, we're gonna wrap
Okay,
this
my
up.
bad.
I'm talking
we'll
about-
save DC for another discussion.
I'm talking about old NES games used to have Nintendo's seal of approval. It used to be on the actual. It used to be on the actual
Yeah,
game.
It was a
We're saying-
gold seal. I remember.
Yeah, I'm talking about that. That's completely different. You're just talking about
Exclusive-
You're just talking about
exclusivity.
games that were just exclusive. For,
Yeah,
I thought it was the
that's
same.
like
but okay.
that's like Halo exclusive for Xbox.
Yeah.
Is it that's
They've always done that.
That's not quite the same thing. That's not quite the same.
Or even this day and
That's
age,
not
like
analogous.
Titanfall
My
is
bad.
only on Xbox One.
Yeah,
Is it? But it's
Halo.
It's on PC.
Is it? But yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt. But
No,
it,
you're
it just reminds me about those days because everybody, kids back then were just like, oh wow, this is Nintendo. It has
to be good.
It has to be good.
psych.
And then you get shit like Rocky and Bullwinkle and damn, I don't know what else.
but yeah, I mean, they're just trying to get these characters that are clearly going to be in these major films, but want to give them their own film. I'm not sure about Gambit. I think he's going to be in Apocalypse. I mean, with him being one of the 4 horsemen, but then that goes to the question, what is going to be his origin? So I don't know, but they're really just trying to stretch out, get that money with these characters.
Yeah.
But I guess in the next podcast we'll talk about the DC and its future.
Yeah,
What's
DC,
coming out. The new the closest film that's coming out, it's Batman vs Superman, which comes out next year.
Yeah,
And they have a detailed future as well. They're trying to do a whole different spin on things, similar to Marvel, but like I said, a spin. Like they're gonna do their major film first with Justice League, and then everybody has their individual film, which is different. But we'll talk about that later. This has been Tobias, Santi, Ryan, Adrian, Jared, Ty. We out.
Catch us on YouTube.
Color Money.
But catch us on YouTube at Urban Minds 12.
Thank you.
Peace.
Pat Marino.
Peace.